yesterday I filmed my first YouTube live video, and leading up to it, I wrote a presentation, I practiced, I walked to the forest and presented my presentation to the trees. I thought I was on it. I meditated, I practiced my breath work. I even stood like Superwoman for a couple minutes. And then as soon as I hit that button that says go live, all of a sudden I could hear my thoughts say, I don't know if they could hear you, and you're probably saying all of this stuff for no reason. You're gonna have to repeat it. Nobody's gonna join. Why are we doing this? Like everything that could happen. And the thing that was really interesting about it is I was doing a presentation talking about my G.R.O.W mentor program that I always say I live and mentor by. And leading up to this, I was practicing having willing courage. That's part of my G.R.O.W program, and that's the last stage of this personal development framework. So here I was presenting my framework on G.R.O.W and practicing willing courage in real time. And it was so interesting because I actually used the framework and the tools that I mentor others in. I was able to feel the fear come up in my chest when I said, I'm nervous. That all of a sudden sparked my amygdala and thought, hey, there's a threat happening. She's nervous, we gotta protect her. And so that went up to my throat and I was like, ugh, and I could just feel my eyes start to well with tears. Everything that I was afraid to have happened, where I get emotional or where I've gotten emotional before, that led to an outcome of feeling humiliated. I started to feel that. And I thought, oh, here we go again. This is happening. Last time I was on video and I was on that reality show, Project Runway, I cried on national television, and look at me being the crier again. And people are going to, reject you just like they did before. And you're going to have all these bad comments and things like that. I think my brain was anticipating that more than what actually happened, which was the support of people. People were happy to have joined, were feeling inspired. And the thing that I'm so proud of is not just that I put a live video out there. And yeah, that live video didn't go as I practiced at all. I fumbled on my words. I forgot my place. I didn't even know. I forgot I was even doing a presentation, that there were slides that I created that I wasn't even moving through. And I thought, isn't this great? This is literally me demonstrating what growth looks like. This is personal growth. This is feeling the fear and having the thing that maybe you're afraid of, and then willing yourself to do it anyway, because you made a choice to listen to your intuition and not to cower under the grip of fear. And that is what it's about. So today, I was back into the first part of that stage, which is grounding awareness. Whenever you put yourself in a place of discomfort, a new feeling comes up, maybe a new story comes to the surface. And you're able to explore that story and understand, where is this coming from? Which is exactly what I did today. Is I learned through journaling and reflecting, like, that's really interesting. I wonder why I kind of like predicted or anticipated rejection. Like, I wonder why that happened. And I started to remember, the last time I was filmed was when I was on Project Runway. And that experience was very hard because I thought that was my love. Fashion was my love. And going on that show, I couldn't believe how out of place I felt. And my fear really took over on that show. And I didn't have the tools and the kind of the wisdom of life to reference. And so I allowed fear to totally take over. And you can even see it in my physical appearance when you watch that show. I always think, that doesn't even look like me. And that's what happens, is fear just zaps the life out of you. And so I think I all of a sudden remembered, not all of a sudden, when I went through this reflection process, I remembered, and when I got off of that show and it actually played and it got to the place of when I got eliminated, some of the people that were there to support me when I was on the show and I seemed cool were nowhere to be found when I got eliminated. And so that kind of rejection and those kind of comments and those type of things kind of did some psychological damage, I think, for a little bit. And so I think I was dragging my feet to film a video because of what that experience taught my fear. And so I think the thing that is so cool and liberating about getting more grounded with what you're telling yourself is that it gives you back the power to be able to retrain your fear and tell your fear, like, look, that experience that I had yesterday on YouTube Live retrained my fear to say, look, you cried, you got emotional, you were authentic, and there were people there that supported you, even through that messy growth. And that's another thing that I think that video shared, is how messy growth is. So I hope that when you watch that video, that it normalizes the messiness of growth. You will fumble over your words. You will feel shaky and you'll get butterflies in your stomach and you feel sweaty and you think, this is a threat. I should not be doing this. But the thing about it is that you have to tell yourself, which is what I told myself in the video, is that this feeling that I'm feeling is unfamiliar and I am safe. And tell yourself how proud that you are for moving forward, even when you're afraid, even when your voice shakes, even when you think what you're doing is literally not that big a deal, right? Like, it is a big deal. Everybody's courage looks different to them. Everybody's stories and vulnerabilities looks different to them. So don't compare yourself to other people. Be present in your own personal growth story. And, just be proud of yourself for trying. I think the thing is, trying alone is success. If we put ourselves out there to try, even if it doesn't go as planned, let go of that. Let go of that plan. Let go of that perfection. Let go of the expectation of it has to be a certain way. And just enjoy the journey of internally growing, because that is where life, that's where you can experience life, is in the growth. So growth is not polished. And the closer I get back to myself and love the person that I am, I've noticed my videos have changed as far as not needing all the bells and whistles. I don't have all the effects. I'm really simplifying a lot of things. And right now, I'm just talking from my heart. There's no speech. You know, I think the thing is when you are embracing who you are and you're living a life that's in alignment with you, you're living authentically and you're seeking that validation from within, that you don't need it from anybody else. So here's to you for continuing to grow. And I hope that this resonated with you. If it did, I would love to hear if you've ever had a situation where you felt so proud of yourself for growing. And please let me know in the comments. And then also, I would love to see you in my Grow Experience program, where we will explore these 4 stages of growth together. Grounding awareness, your relationship to fear, being open to possibility, and having the willing courage to move forward. I'll see you on my next video.